Okay, this is Zara, Kyle's hawk. It came from Icarus Falconry to me, and then Kyle hunted with this girl for quite some time. Very good all-rounder, very good at squirrels, but you know how that ends. A good hare hawk, a big stamp of Harris hawk. And these birds have just come back from the breeder. Unfortunately, a fox stopped play when it comes to offspring, and here's Tommy with Alan. Look at that, sporting a brand new Matt Agate hood that Matt kindly gave to myself at the Falconry gathering, and Tommy said, oh, I think that'll fit Alan. So there it is in action, just been put on. They just need their feet scrubbing now. They've had their beaks coat, scrub off their feet, bit of F10 to moisturise them, bit of ointment on there. But they're looking good. Seasoned hawks. So Tommy's flown Alan now for how many seasons, Tommy?
I think this will be season 6, going into season 6.
No way, is that true? Yeah. Jeez. So this guy is, well, check out the video on the screen now from when Kyle and Tommy imprinted these. Alan and his brother, proper, what's it called? Wild hacking, weren't they? Wild hacked. You know, tame hacked Harris hawks that at the age of 16 weeks were doing more than most Harris hawks at 6 months, because they were flying in the wind, they were going to specks in the sky, they were learning to fly, of course.
Had his first rabbit at 10 weeks old.
First rabbit at 10 weeks old, and they were back every evening to sleep in the dog bed with the dogs, or rather they pushed the dogs out in the house. They ran around like dogs, they flew around like seasoned birds, all before they were ready to actually, inverted commas, train. So let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at him. Unhood him for us. Let's have a little look. So Zara's now very mature, very mature. Hold on, I'll pop your hood on in a minute. They're just a few ounces over flying weight. So Zara's got, let's have a look. She's got a few train feathers still to come down, so Tommy's going to leave her just a little bit up in weight, and this guy's ready to go, isn't he?
Yeah, a few more ounces to come off him and start some training again.
Yeah, but I think in a day or two he'll be on the crimps, won't he?
Yeah,
burning those calories down.
Yeah.
But look at his bright eyes. So Zara's eyes really dark. Look at that, just like golden eagles. Something like these really bright eyes, so much darker. And just turn it. Let's just have a look at that. Not the best bloom, but he looks all right, doesn't he? Hey, look at that. There's a lot more. Oh, that is actually catching the light beautifully. There's a lot more beauty, hello, to a Harris hawk than people give them credit for. Look at that iridescence and the lovely bloom like a fresh plum. Won't be long. So what's the plan? So Kyle normally flies this girl here, mostly at hares. Alan flies hares like a demon, but he's never held one, has he?
Yeah, so I stopped flying him at hares now, just because it's a bit of a hopeful task for him.
Yeah, but maybe this year.
For this year, I'm going to get him going on some rabbits, get him out lamping again, get him fit, and then once she's finished dropping her feathers, I'll start her on the hares. And then potentially, all going well, I'm going to fly him in a cast at some hares.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Give that a go.
Because he doesn't follow them. He wants those hares. He just hasn't got the weight, has he? No, he's a big male. But as a cast with someone who's seasoned at it, and of course a pair that spent the summer together, living together in an aviary, a bonded pair, they've laid eggs, fertile eggs. So it should be something interesting, I think, Tommy?
Yeah, something different, something to try.
We'll be bringing that to the channel, hook or by crook, whatever happens. But flying weight of this male?
Last season, and well, the last few seasons, he's been about £1.13, roughly.
That's a big old boy,
give or take half an ounce.
And that's not following up, that's genuine killing weight, isn't it?
Yeah. I've had him heavier on the lamp as well, which obviously you've got that bit to play with.
Yeah, less distractions on the lamp, isn't there?
Yeah, about £1.13. Yeah, starting off slightly lower, of course.
And so £1.13 male and a female that flies around the £2.8 mark. You know, a lot of Harris hawks are overly inbred, and there's no pedigrees to them at all anymore. People just tend to breed them. So quality pairs like this are getting harder and harder to find. Thankfully, some of the top breeders have recognised that the last couple of years, and they are producing some good birds at the prices they should be. And I'm afraid if you say, oh, I'm not paying £300 for a female Harris hawk, yeah, you're paying double or triple that at the moment for a good female, and worth every single penny. Cheers, Tommy. Look forward to catching up. Well, we were going to do a short video series, or a short video of Tommy retraining these birds and getting them going again, but it kind of got pointless because Alan was out within a few days, out hunting, and a few days later he's already racked up over a dozen kills, so that video was pointless. We'll continue to follow Tommy. Now Zara's coming on song as well, and see how hair hawking in a cast actually goes. And I think we'll also get out with Tommy and Alan and produce another lamping video for the channel. A sort of, you know, we've got one, a how-to, but just to catch up and see some footage of this bird actually going on the lamp and explain a bit more about it. What's your name?
Simon.
Why am I here?
To get a beautiful snowy owl.
And how old is the snowy owl?
Oh, about 2 months now, nearly.
And thank God it's not going to be called Hedwig, but have you had a nickname for it? It's going to be named by someone else.
Ha!
But have you had a name for it?
No, I have too many owls here
Got
to
too
give it a
many
nice,
owls.
sweet name. So at the moment it's Owly, so really inventive.
Owly, lovely. Yeah, my first barn owl was always called Barney. So beautiful owl, and it's a female. Are you going by colour, or are you going by DNA? Or
No, size.
guesstimation?
Yeah, just size and guesstimation.
Size
All
and
the males
guesstimation.
were a lot whiter already. And
wow,
were,
really? Even in,
yeah, just they don't have quite as much mottling on them. But also size of the feet. Her feet are massive in comparison to the males.
So I've just, you wasn't in there because you took her to box her up, but I just said to your better half, when you lifted it up and we saw underneath its feet, Christ, it looks like some sort of snow leopard or snow tiger's feet. The span is vast, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, they're pretty impressive.
Wait.
Oh, yes, we might need to put that
We'll
lid
shut
on
the lid
sooner
down
rather than later.
Thanks so much. There she is, preening. She's met the girls here, the team. The key thing is, with all imprints really, but with owls, she's been reared in a house. Now she's in an aviary, she starts to fly, but it's too early to do her flying training outside. The key thing is to keep working with her and interacting and not letting her brain go stagnant, if you like. She's experienced the world and all weird things, dogs and people. We don't want to feel like she's in solitary and forget all of that stuff, because when she's flying, she's got to meet it all again. Now you falconers are thinking, Dave, why is there another snowy owl on the channel, or rather another owl on the Falconry channel? Well, Simon that bred her, he flies her older sister on landfill for pest control, and you would not believe A, what long range hunters these are, and B, the massive variety of prey that snowy owl has taken. Big stuff and small stuff and feathered stuff. These birds are like giant gerfalcons, they're not like owls. More to the point, he's even worked out a way of trading his owl off of kills faultlessly, painlessly, and with no fuss whatsoever. If you've got the patience, these things have got massive daytime potential. Just the feet alone will blow your mind. They are huge, huge feet. Big wingspan, big feet, big predator. Now someone else who contributes to the channel, John the Raptor Rehab in Australia. He's moved down, or rather up from Tasmania to mainland Australia. He's been sending me some amazing clips with his travels across Australia really, and rehabbing different birds, but he's settling into his new life. He's been really trying to help people here in the UK with other projects. But for sure, what an amazing part of the world. I love Australia. So have a look at some of these birds. He's got a little Nanking kestrel that he's been rehabbing and releasing, and obviously that's the main thing. If you get them back where they came from, fit and well, that gives them the potential of a second chance. John will often say, you know, we never know with rehab birds. All we can do is get them looking, fighting fit and perfect, and see how they go. So, falconry season is well underway. Where are we? Well, I am not regretting Kevin, who said he would give me a female goshawk to train and fly this year. I'm not regretting it because there just isn't enough of the sort of game I want locally for a goshawk. So I've done the right decision not getting one. I really wish I was training something. Maybe next year I'll train a bird up to the point of entering, and then maybe, I don't know, gift it to someone that doesn't want to train them but it's got loads of land. I don't know. I really love training them, but I don't like hunting when there's nothing to hunt. On that note, Fatty here's 10 pounds. He flies at 8.5 pounds. So he's on a diet now to bring him down. We'll try and get some kind of season with him locally. Except he's got the last photo shoot tomorrow and they'd like him feeding on a kill. So we've got a muntjac. That's not going to do his weight reduction any good. Even the tough hide of that, he's going to get through it and start filling up on venison during that photo shoot, I think. But after that, he's going to be on a diet. He flies up and down, so he's reasonably fit. Once he gets down to 9 pounds, I can work him on a rope line. He'll start working at 9 pounds. Then he's going to burn calories properly, toughen up his muscles. As he gets down towards 8.5 pound, obviously weight coming down, he doesn't have to be 8.5 pound to return and be quite good at that stage. He's not happy because I'm in sort of camo gear. A lot of birds don't like it when you're in full camo. And he hates blue, hates people in blue tops, even blue jeans and blonde hair. Flies away, but everything else is not bothered. So Tommy's doing okay. We are going to get out lamping with him. Coming up, I might be lucky enough, I've been invited out to watch proper waiting on peregrine falconry, game hawks flying. I've never actually really, I've witnessed it once in this country. So I'm going to live vicariously my falconry this year mostly. That means you're going to get more variety on the channel. It's just going to be even less of me flying the birds, I think. So plenty of falconry to come. I'm going to try and get out with lots of different people this year. Make the most of the fact I'm not really doing anything much. Having the worst year ever, probably. I've made that decision already long ago, you know, before the autumn. So yeah, falconry, expect to see more variety. We will revisit lamping. I will be hunting with a Zeus, but probably latter end of the season. Wellies. Tell me about wellies. Because I spent 350 quid on a good neoprene line zip-up shamu, and they lasted 3 seasons. So to me, that's worth it, because that's a lot of wear. They still perished before the soles had worn out. So I bought another pair. I thought 3 years is okay for that money if you're going to wear them like I do. You want that comfort and so on. I brought another pair, 1 season and into the summer. Ridiculous. So then I spent 70 quid or 80 quid on some eagle. Didn't quite do 2 seasons. Kind of okay. So then I spent 70 quid on an unbranded name. Similar style. Yep. They did all of last season, and have a look at this, they split. I didn't know they split until someone walked behind me and said both of your wellies have got holes in. I've now just brought, whoa, 14 quid's worth of good old Dunlop wellies. They're going to be cold if it gets warm. I'm going to put welly socks on, but I'm getting to the point, I think everything's made in the same part of the world. Doesn't matter what the brand name is now. So the quality is not that good. Even 350 quid wellies, the quality is not that good. I'm going to rope test Dunlop wellies this season, and I'm going to see how they compare in actual lifespan to a 300 to 400 pound pair of wellies under the same conditions. And I think they're probably going to do about the same, which will be absolutely ridiculous if they do for 14 or 15 quid. But yeah, I'm going to get cold feet if it gets cold, but I'm going to find out. I know a lot of you wear sort of proper weather boots, lace up, do my head in. I get in my van, I'm not going to wear caked in boots, so I've got to get them off. I can't be doing with all that unlacing. Wellies for me, but we'll see. These lighter feathers, maybe 3 or 4 years old, sun bleached. The darkest feathers are this year's molted out, and the other shades of brown are the years in between. Golden eagles don't do a full molt, unlike the smaller birds, but annoyingly, he's got 2 old primaries, both a little bit tatty on the end, that he hasn't thrown out this year. And that's because I haven't let him get as fat as he normally does. He's got 1.5 pounds on him to come off. Sometimes we go a lot more. He's quite twitchy because I'm wearing a camo top. As weird as it sounds, quite a few birds don't like the full camo. Maybe they can't see us. So in other news at Icarus, on our experience days, Asian brown wood owl up and running, doing experience days. The great grey owl has completed its molt. She's just coming on song, looking great. Quite a favourite with people because they're so unusual. Jason Sharp has lent us a male Aplamado falcon. What a beauty, a mature male. Look at that, possibly going to be a breeding bird next year, but for now getting some exercise here. Emily's flying this bird. Merlin is up for molt, but she's actually come out a couple of days ago because I need her for a photo shoot tomorrow. No, Saturday I believe, and then she's going to go back up and rest and finish her molt. She's pretty much there. And in general, grey, damp, gloomy week, very still, no good for flying the bigger soaring birds. The place is looking good, and of course it's that time of year where there's a lot of stuff to do through the winter, a lot of maintenance that on the face of it you can't see, but behind the paintwork I know there's repairs and work to do for sure. Now those of you that came to the Falconers gathering this year or last year, because it wasn't completely the same audience, though the numbers were the same, and that means we've got more work to do to get you all to come to increase the numbers on the day. So how funny, almost the same numbers both years, but a kind of, you know, probably a certain percentage of those were quite a different audience. The place now gone feral again, but those of you that came knew that, what would you call it? The sort of the marketplace, the stall, it was more the shopping village for Falconry. Honestly, it was that nice. All gone away. There'll be more sellers and traders next year, but we need more of you, more of me, more punters, if you like. I've spoke to a lot of you about this, across the board, very varied selection of you guys. The overall thing was, if we had camping on a Saturday night, so people could stay over, more people would actually come. They travel down. They like to have, or you like to have, a bit of a knees up on a Saturday night and make a weekend of it. Now, it will be in September, but the date isn't confirmed because we're going to obviously wait for those guys with the row crows to set a date, and then we'll set our date. We're not going to change it again this year, I don't think. I don't have enough dates in September available. So when they've given us a date for their event, we're going to have a date. If they again change their date to the same date as ours, we're just going to have those of you that don't want to fly or watch row crow flies come here, and those of you that you do go there for sure. But hopefully they'll be sensible and that won't happen. Very kindly, the Lowthers who own Holdenby House, whose home it is, who live there, have said that we can have camping if I can organise it. For that, we'll make it a Saturday night, not just have a pitch, bring yourself some beer. We'll have to try and find a way of wangling that the Horsebox bar stays open to a certain time up there. We'll wangle it. I think that my friend and his band will come and play a gig at night. So, it's not just going to be a field. If we're going to do it, we'll do something sort of special. So I'd like to think we'll have a band on, we'll have food and drink to a certain time, make a Saturday night of it. I'm not going to be there, not with you rowdy lot, but do you know what I mean? So rather than that, we'll do something good. We'll make it as good. It's part of the Falconers gathering. We want it to be good. So that's in the pipeline. That's a long way off, but we've all got to think about it, find a date, find out what we're going to do. But that's it really. It's a catch-up. I like to call the summer stuff on here Muse News, and I like to call the Falconry stuff in the winter the Falconry Journals. So, you've got the change of season, it's more Falconry. This one I'm going to call it, well, I have called it a Falconry Journal. It's almost Muse News because obviously I'm not doing any Falconry and we haven't seen any on this programme. We've seen Tommy's doing well. On that note, again, a lovely lady came and did a Falconry course here in the summer this year, and she's so close to well, no, actually I'm lying. She has entered that bird. It caught a moorhen and then flew up a tree with it. So she had her first night with a bird out and everything. So she's a baptism of fire. But it's not the people that have come on a course with me. It's because those people are doing it all right. But they've all those people in recent years that have come on a course, they've all become really successful. Ken's back out for his second season. He's molted. He's intermewed Harris Hawk. Now he's molted her out. He's already took several head of game. Like I say, I'd like to say it's because they've come on a course. It's more the full package. If you want to do falconry, do it right, get everything in place, read up, find out, and if you can, of course, go on a course and get a mentor if you can. But those people that want to do it right, they're usually pretty quickly successful with their first hawk, and they're going to keep them and carry on. So Ken's doing all right, as we've already mentioned. Some of you'll remember the brilliant Texan guy, Evan, that did an interview with us about trapping a Harris hawk and flying it in Texas in its home range, natural habitat in its home range. I really enjoyed that because I love seeing how people do stuff in other parts of the world, especially something like a Harris hawk in its native land compared to the damp old UK. There's another brilliant guy, I think he's further down in the proper land of Saguaro cactus, who's recently trapped, trained and entered a female, and he said he'll happily do the same thing. So we'll do that as well. We'll get him on the channel, sort of questions and answers, and he's got loads of B-roll, loads of footage to go with that. I've seen some of it. It just looks outstanding, just like classic textbook Harris hawk. Those big old cigarro sort of cowboy and Indian cacti. He's hunting his trapped young hawk whilst filming, again a bit like Evan, a wild family of hawks, almost along for the ride with them, you know, watching what they're doing. So very different to the UK. I love that natural habitat stuff. I keep a lot of reptiles, and I love finding species I keep in the wild, in the parts of the world they come from. You learn so much about those animals you're working with. But for now, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for helping out with the channel. Like, subscribe, you know the crack. It just helps so much. More stuff soon, and more falconry soon. Certainly something from a hotter part of the world coming soon. The Merlin video, by the way, we're still waiting, but hopefully that will come through. Catch you later.